Hey guys, welcome to part 2 of my lap at Ironstone Extreme. My goal is to finish the 32 kilometre lap. I am a sweep rider, so I will be helping some riders at the difficult sections.
Little bugger. That last bronze rider said he was cramping up. Just couldn't stop. Which is pretty bad. And he had electrolytes, so sometimes it just happens, I guess. I don't know if there's any training you can do to reduce cramps or arm pump. Just had a quick chat with a guy who said, this isn't like my hometown. It's very different, interesting sort of terrain. Oh, let's see what a mess I can make of this. Ding up my pipe.
Rocky ground is very challenging when you first learn to ride a dirt bike, but with practice it can be surprisingly easy.
Okay.
Motorbike setup. It's very important to have fairly low tyre pressures, especially if the rocks are wet. If you ride a lot of rocky terrain, you might buy protective items like crankcase protectors, brake disc protectors, hand guards and so on. Body position. Beginners will need to sit on the seat and ride quite slowly, which makes riding over rocks quite difficult, but it is the safest way to start. As you become confident, stand on the foot pegs. Why? Your legs become extra suspension, and you can move your body rapidly to retain good balance. Keep your body weight to the rear so the front wheel can skip over the rocks. It also provides extra traction at the rear wheel. Learn to move your body a lot. This can dramatically improve your sense of balance when riding in rocky terrain. Stand and sit depending on your speed and the difficulty of the track. The correct speed? This varies depending on your skill level. Generally, the faster you ride, the smoother you will ride. Momentum is important. Even a slow walking speed usually prevents the dirt bike getting stuck between rocks. Clutch and throttle control are very important in rocky terrain. Ride smoothly. You can ride in a higher gear and slip the clutch. Rapid acceleration often dislodges rocks or allows the rear wheel to spin and move unpredictably. Relax. There is a psychological aspect to riding over rocks. You need to relax and not over-control your dirt bike. Don't grip the handlebars too tightly. Let the bike jump around without trying to correct too much. Look ahead. A common problem is fixating on the rocks just in front of your front wheel.
Well, my aim was to do a lap, but I don't know. That lifting and pulling of bikes, my back's not real good. Haven't got my drugs, and it's a very long loop. Quite a few of us are wondering if we'd even get one loop in. I think it's 38 k's. At least this is nice sweeping stuff now. interesting. I just wanted to put a bit of speed on, well, speed by my standard, for 2 minutes, just to see how the arms went, and yeah, you could really tell the arms were just starting to pump a bit. So no wonder it's hard for these guys when they're trying to do it with a bit of speed. Bloody rocks. We're certainly getting good practice with rocks. Oh, somebody coming through. Gold class. No foot paddling for them. If you ever do a race, of course, you just listen out for that blip blip, or even setting on the rev limiter if you ignore them. And if you can, pull over, especially in hard enduro. Nice bunch of blokes, they always say thanks if they're not focusing too much. I know in Erzberg, if you watch Pol Tarez on the T7, there's this guy just exhausted flying across the track with his bike in a technical section, and Pol's there, move your fucking bike! I can't do it in a Spanish accent. Move your fucking bike! And he goes, sorry, but yeah, the gold class riders do not like to be held up. Do what you can to help them out. Big nasty. How nasty can it be? That gold class rider didn't have an issue?
It's not the toughest climb, but it was tough enough.
Whoa. I want to make sure I don't damage the pipe there.
The strange thing in this event was the deep ruts, which filled up with rocks and fine dust. The moment you take any weight off the rear wheel, there is no traction at all. This will be the only time in my life when I catch up with a gold class rider.
Must have had a big crash.
I can't see the rocks, but I can definitely feel them. You have to jump over them using the clutch. Someone is behind me. You can see he keeps his full weight on the seat, even though he paddles with his legs. Whenever you see a photographer ahead, there is probably a tough section. The rut is very deep, so I need to wheelie the bike so the foot pegs don't dig in.
Hi you guys.
There he is, man, What is happening? Mr. Barry Morris.
Where's the man of the moment?
Stuck
I think he's still down there somewhere.
in those black boy bushes.
This is the man who had a massive fluke getting up there.
Yeah.
You guys enjoying your day?
Yeah, it's good actually. It's really good. There's a bit of cloud cover too.
Woohoo! Yeah, man.
Hi,
Barry.
Good, mate.
So that's Big Nasty. I was very happy with this hill climb. No issues, I conserved my energy.
Beautiful countryside. Really enjoying this. You know, when you're not going race pace, you can just enjoy the scenery. This is pretty close to Rockhampton, if anybody doesn't know it. We're almost on the Tropic of Capricorn, so incredibly hot in summer. You know, the sun's directly overhead. And this is the middle of winter, so thankfully not hot, but you wouldn't say it's cold. You know, it's sort of subtropical, almost a bit tropical a lot of the year. There you go, bit of geography, cross-training geography or climatology. These. Look at that, the serenity. Another creek bed. Only one crash so far, and that was at a standstill, of course, as usual. Went to put my foot down and put my foot in a hole over the bike went. You know those slow motion crashes? Took about 10 seconds. Jimmy's Torture. I wonder if that's Tim Coleman. I don't know which way to go. That looks like fun, but creek beds are always fun too. I see they've got a few different lines out. Jeez. Oh, you need a run up for that one. They say it's always worth looking for the alternative line, and I eventually saw you come around here and then spin the bike, and yeah, there's the line. So if I'm lucky, that was the torturous part. No, here it is. Don't want to dent my pipe. I might just sit it, I think.
I think if you go into that corners, you at least.
Sorry? Oh, definitely not. Thanks, mate. But love a bit of practice. I just don't want to bang out the pipe, that's all. So I've got to go a bit more bull at a gate without a proper guard. This is the infamous pickle tree. There's pickle juice here put by the sweep riders for anybody who's cramping or anybody who just likes pickle juice. Sweep riders said that's it for the technical on bronze, so obviously there's nothing really hard. I mean, which is what bronze class is meant to be, not that hard. But I think we're only at the halfway point, so just easy flowing track from now on. Obviously I've only been filming certain bits that look interesting, so I'll just selectively film the second half of the lap. Saw a sign that said 17, so might be a little bit over halfway. So they said there's fuel and water coming up soon. Oh, so good. I mean, as you know, we just like the slow technical, but new tracks, new terrain, bit open and flowing. I did forget these bikes had a third gear. looking, oh, these rocks. It just kind of made sense that this place is near Rockhampton, and they must have called Rockhampton because there's a lot of rocks around. Ask me how many brain cells it took to work that out. I've only lived here for 6 decades, this state. These descents are always good for rear brake practice. Just trying not to lock up the rear brake. A lot of guys, when they're coming downhill, just lock the rear wheel up. They figure it's easy, but try to become human ABS, automatic braking system. Oh cool, he's got running again. He's got a Kickstarter mechanism busted, but he could clutch start it. Excellent. Oh, just don't want to clear my exhaust. He's going to clear. Come on. That's a bit of an awkward position. Just at that checkpoint, and one of the gold class riders came in, Rob Novak, and he's running third. They asked, how are you? And he said, oh, smashed. He said the tracks are awesome, but it's really punishing them. So that sounds like a good gold class to me. And us bronze class Muppets.
We are coming to the end of my lap. Actually, the GoPro battery went flat, but you have seen all the highlights. I hope you enjoyed the ride.